off the bat, we're getting into Goaty Runic duel in the Duelist Cup. We start off half decently with the Runic side, Dimensional Fissure Lock, and a couple of fishies. Runic happens to work pretty well with this deck, seeing as it kind of has a slow start. Runic definitely helps support the Goaty. Of course, if you do get a handful of fishies, you really can pop the fuck off with this deck. Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax. That's a beefy fucking monster. The opponent's always throwing something out. But Avermax is known to be a problematic monster. But we're not going to let him get away with that. Max C for that ass. Start off the Runic Engine. A little Smiting Storm, get us another draw. And this is where the Goaties start to win. Once that little combo goes off, start removing everything from the field. It's hard to stop the Goaties. This is true. Co-commentator Shaggy. He said some very true words. I can't share those words with you, people, but, yeah. He's co-commentating for this episode. Oh, and he got the SP Little Knight out trying to get rid of my Dimensional Fissure? No, okay, yeah. No, he popped Fissure with something else. But good thing we had another Fissure just waiting in our hand. He's gonna regret the day he messed with this deck. It appears the opponent's playing Evil Twin and they just are using Avermax as their boss monster. In the later renditions of this Goaty deck, we are not running any of the Goaty traps, or really any traps at all, except maybe Evenly Matched. Here we go with the Goaty cycle, where they just banish and recycle everything back to the field. Oh yeah. It banishes their entire deck and banishes everything on their field, and then just on every standby phase just keeps coming back. Just like, hey, I'm back. I'm gonna beat you down some more. Alright, that was the end of the Goaty. Now we're gonna head on to the Zombie Horus Runic Control. This deck is pretty spicy. I'd say this is probably the best deck that ran in the tournament, but ran in the Duelist Cup. Now the power ceiling on this deck has been drastically shut down month after month, hitting trap card after trap card, spell card, that grass is greener, rivalry, skill drain, summon limit. They hit us on just about everything that makes the zombie lockdown really powerful. So the thing is, it's still very powerful. You can still very easily get a win, but it's just less consistent now because you can't run but one copy of the cards you want to see. Eventually, I imagine it's going to turn back around. They'll probably go semi-limited and then maybe unlimited again in one format sometime, maybe around June or July of next year. Maybe, if we're lucky. And the opponent brings out the Cosmic Blazar Dragon with the Centaurion stuff. But he's not going to play through Rivalry and Summon Limit, I can guarantee you that. And he's got There Can Be Only One, which is also one trap that is locked at one copy. But we can play under There Can Be Only One. We can play under There Can Be Only One, Summon Limit, and Rivalry of Warlords. Arguably three of the most devastating control traps in the entire game. Most combo decks absolutely cannot play at all anything under these conditions. Zombies, Runic, they don't care. Not at all. In fact, the zombies thrive under these conditions. It's kind of wild. That's why I love zombie control. It's such a good, powerful deck when the cards aren't superiorly limited. But there's still other things we can do. I'll never give up on the zombies completely. I do plan on working on a new meta deck sometime in the near future, though. I hear some nice stuff's coming out next year, so we're going to be looking into that for sure. Here's where the Eldritch and Runic really play well together. As you can see, we're just controlling the opponent. They really can't do a whole lot, like at all. Can't do any damage to us. And we're just cycling. We're just doing a fucking continuous cycle of banish, repeat, draw, banish, repeat. Yeah, you're right, Shaggy. You would absolutely get cancer if you fought against this deck. You would, like, keel over dead. You do not want this. No, you do not want the smoke. Shaggy is not down to clown. This is correct. It's crazy. The audience can't even hear you, and you're still a great co-commentator. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God, we're eating him alive. We're about to pop his There Can Be Only One, but he negates us with the Psi Frame Lord Gamma in hand. That's okay, though. We're not really that worried. We can still play under that shit. And There Can Be Only One is still somehow removed from the field anyway, so what he did really didn't matter. At this point, we're just chilling, sitting back, having a fun old time. And you can see the opponent's down to only 15 cards in the deck, 10 cards in the graveyard, 10 cards in the banish zone. So they only started with 40, and they're running low, and the Runic is now really starting to kick off. We'll banish some more cards and draw some more cards. Special summon some more cards. Make more zombies. Fucking beat the opponent down in every way. And this is the great thing. He removed Rivalry. Well, or maybe we sacrificed Rivalry. It doesn't matter. We still got Summon Limit. All while controlling the opponent with Doom King anyway. Because a lot of hand traps, interestingly enough, a lot of hand traps in this game are actually zombies. So Doom King can respond and negate those hand traps, like Ash Blossom Ghost Bell, Ghost Ogre. Well, no, Ghost Ogre Psychic, but Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Ghost Sister. That's 4 hand traps right there that are all zombie based. I think it's interesting too because you can play in certain metas. You can play a really heavy hand traps support with Doom King and just use all the ghost zombie hand traps and really be able to chain some crazy stuff like Ghost Mourner, Moonlit Chill, negating something your opponent's doing, and then you chain to that to banish another card that they have, and they just crumble after something like that. We're gonna go into another duel with the zombie runic control. This is gonna be a bit longer of a video. We've got about 12 duels to go through. All good duels in the Duelist Cup, all the way up to Duelist level 17. Unfortunately, we were not able to break past 17 on this cup. Even with the zombie runic control, it's just we're severely limited. They limited a lot of the zombies' tools, so we're stuck just trying to get a good RNG really, and our RNG was not hitting great. But this hand is we've got what 10 cards, 10 cards in hand right now. We're about to completely fucking blow through this motherfucker. And he chains up Manipulator of Souls. He's about to fucking murder us for 13,000 direct damage FTK. But we chain Runic Freezing Curses to negate him. So he gains 13,000, but he's not able to inflict 13,000 damage to kill us. We save ourselves with the Runic Freezing Curses. In 0 other situations would the zombies ever have survived that. The only reason they survived that is because of the Freezing Curses. That makes the Runic support actually pretty good. Pretty good support for almost any deck, but zombies and the Runic Goatee in particular. But I like running a small Runic engine, if anything. It seems to work pretty well with the zombies in a smaller caliber, mostly because I need room for all these other engines that are in this deck. We've got like 6 different engines we're running in this deck. We had to make cuts somewhere. Now, we definitely could have started with a better hand, but we're going to do the best we could. And we had Super Poly and Zombie World against Tin Pie. So, the Bastard Dragons. Uh, I expected him to actually go in for the kill, but I guess they actually have to battle a monster for them to get the combo off, maybe? I don't know. Oh no, see, he was not going to win that with a Super Poly just sitting there under Zombie World. Any good monster he would have made would have got ate up. Turned into Dragon Necro, Nether Soul Dragon. Now this is a good hand. We open King Sark and the Skill Drain trap card we were talking about earlier. Plus Uni Zombie, the best starter for zombies. He hits us with an Effect Veiler. We chain Called by the Grave to negate it, and then he chains Ghost Bell to negate the Called by the Grave, so he still gets to negate our Uni Zombie starter. Doesn't matter. We use King Sark and we go into Zombie Vampire to chain into further zombie plays. We end on a half decent board, just one horse monster, the uni zombie that was negated, and zombie vampire in defense. But we got the skill drain, and he's not prepared for the skill drain. Once we flip that here in a second, he's not gonna be prepared for it. He's playing Horus as well though, but he's playing Fire King Horus, so he goes to make this Garunix to pop our cards and can't because skill drain says no. Then he just gets removed because he attacks Horus, forgetting the King Sark can just send any monster that tries and battles Horus. And then he scoops up after that. Just like misplay after misplay on his part. Although there's not really a lot he could have done anyway, to be fair. So we're going to the another duel. Hmm. Dark Beckoning Beast, Spirit of Ubel. Okay, so we're playing against a Ubel deck. And so you saw we were able to beat Tenpai, we're able to beat Ritual Beast, we're able to beat Evil Twins, and now Ubel. So this deck, no matter what, can still get wins. It's just about the consistency of those wins. Since they limited basically all of our consistency cards, all of our lockdown cards. So now we have to play combo zombies, which is a little bit less consistent and isn't my favorite style for zombies because the end boards aren't always unbreakable and they're actually weak to evenly matched because the zombies don't have a lot of spell trap negation. That's the problem. You get hit with like a lightning storm or an evenly matched, and fuck it sucks. You start crumbling quick. The board just gets ate up. But here, he's playing Ubel, right? And the thing with Ubel is it has 0 attack, and it tries to suicide damage, right? Because it reflects damage back onto you. So they don't take any damage with their 0 attack monster. You take the damage that they would have taken. But I set down my glow up bloom with 0 defense. And so 0 and 0 can't destroy each other, so they're not able to do anything. He he makes SP Little Knight but doesn't attack, knowing the glow up bloom is going to chain further zombie plays. So we're really in a nice stalemate here, just 0 attack and 0 defense. It's interesting, really. He finally attacks with the SP Little Knight, destroys our 0 defense bloom, and we add Eldritch the Golden Lord to our hand. Ubel and all its effects are negated because he's trying to play under skill drain. Now this is not a good hand to look at. We've got 2 cards that we don't want to see in our hand. And then Runic Fountain, but no other Runic cards. We take a shit ton of damage, drop down to 2,400, and we hope for something off the top. We draw Rivalry of Warlords. We'll send the Runic Fountain to try and get Eldritch out of the graveyard. At least put something up. Unfortunately, he negates our Eldritch, and we flip Rivalry on his turn to make him force 1 monster to attack. And he scoops up. I'm not entirely sure why. I think he misplayed. But also, he was Rivalry locked with Eldritch returning to the field very shortly. I don't think he wanted to stick around for that. On to the next duel. You know what? Let's get a little bit of music started back here. Got a whole handful of Runic cards. And starting with that grass looks greener is going to be rough for the opponent. We just drop 40 fucking, well, no, 20 monsters, 20 zombies into the graveyard real quick. There you go. chaining everything. Oh, the zombies are. Oh, yeah, they're mad, dude. I just dropped 20 of my zombies right straight into the graveyard. Now they're full Eldritch combo right now. I've got a whole trap set on the field. Zombie world, all kinds of defense, and a full hand of runic in my hand. I'm not worried about what he's doing at all. Not even a little bit. The Doom King control. Negate, banish, and opponent leaves. Oh, we're back to the Goaty Runic in the next duel. Ending on Keith ain't always bad. It allows us to banish an opponent's monster and special summon one of our own banished monsters in return. So it's nice to disrupt the opponent with that Keith. Like I was saying earlier, Goaty is kind of slow to start. It takes about a good 2 turns to set up. So you're really playing on your opponent's turn. Going up against an Endymion Pendulum deck. Mythical Beast and all. He's going full combo too. Got the Supreme King Dragon. Oh yeah, he's doing the full combo. And I already know everything he's got on the field because I've played Pendulum Magicians for a long time, but sometimes it just ain't enough. It requires too much setup and it doesn't have enough protection, and we're about to see why. I'm gonna remove every fucking thing he's got, and he's gonna leave. He's playing under Dimension Fissure, so automatically now all monsters that leave the field are gonna be banished. And he makes Knight Crusadia Avermax, which we were dueling in a earlier duel, and we didn't care about it then. Why would we care about it now? Doing a nice little Goaty combo with Psy's Moonlight of the Goaty. And suddenly we got 4 fish on the field, and we're staring at our opponent like, yo, what's up? 5. Make that 5 on the opponent's turn. We're going to start make Goaty of the Deep Beyond and banish everything on the field. The opponent has 1 card left in hand. And Goaty of the Deep Beyond returns with 6,500 attack. We attack him straight to the fucking face. Now we got 3 fish on the field that love to be banished, and the opponent's entire field is gone. They set 1 card face down in defense position and pass the turn back to me. You think that's a smart decision? You think that's gonna win him the game? No, sir. No, sir. 7,000 attack on Goaty of the Deep Beyond. And the opponent finally surrenders. Yeah, don't mess with the Goaty. True this, true that. We are back at it, but this time with the more pure zombies lockdown. Instead of the runic version, we've got pure zombie version. Which sometimes I really do prefer this, but there are certain situations that the zombies just can't handle. Just like that earlier situation with that Manipulator of Souls combo that FTKs you on the first turn with that ridiculous 13,000 damage to the face. We're able to stop that only because of the runic freezing curses, allowing us to quick play that negation. He activates Raigeki on Eldritch. Eldritch says, "Hey, I can't be destroyed by card effects, dummy." He takes my Eldritch with triple tactical talents, and before he even ends his turn, he surrenders. You took my monster and still surrendered. That's sad. Yes, sir. This is true. He had nothing left to do. Yeah, we're back at it. We're back at it with the zombie control, and we got a demon god hand. That grassy greener just dropped 20 of our zombies into the graveyard for free, and we're going full combo. The opponent hits us with a max C. We respond with Called by the Grave. Negate that. Get that out of here. We'll continue special summoning zombies. Going full combo. Already Algol Mazira, Uni-Zombie, and Shanghai the Spiritos on the field. Here comes Mad Mauler. We're going to make Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord and Vampire Sucker. In phase. Suddenly, the Eldritch traps start sparking off, and we're going to set up more for the next turn. The opponent's not going to be prepared for it. Here comes Doom King Baylor from the graveyard, and he tries to go and banish our Doom King. We're going to quick play Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord to special summon Jacobolin from the graveyard, and whatever effect he activated was negated by Called by the Grave. He surrenders as he watches Doom King chain to negate his effect and realizes he can't do shit. Sorry for my French. This special Christmas Eve episode is brought to you by Shaggy and Friends Incorporated. We're going with Reasoning. It's an interesting play because I can really dump a whole lot of spells and traps in the graveyard off that Reasoning, and can set the Runic up for a really nice combo. It would be better in even more pure Runic build, though. Maybe something like just ridiculously spicy, like Zombie World, Reasoning, 2 Doom Kings as the only monsters in the deck, and then Runic, just a bunch of Runic stuff. So it's like the only monster you're going to special summon is going to be Doom King, and you're searching for Zombie World and Runic stuff. Maybe Eldritch in there too. Either Eldritch or Doom King. Either one would work. So we could still do the Eldritch spells and traps in there too, and chain that. That could be an interesting build. We could try that out. Something just extra spicy. Oh yeah. Going against Dragon Maids. This is an unfortunate hand to be stuck with. 3 cards we really can't use at the moment. But we draw King Sark and everything start looking real good. We'll drop everything into the graveyard, get the whole Horus engine online, make zombie vampire, dump a bunch of fucking zombies right into the graveyard. We'll steal our opponent's Laundry Dragon Maid so we can send the top 3 cards of my deck to the graveyard. On top of that, so overall we sent 7 to the graveyard. We dropped an Eldritch in the graveyard. We make Yuki-Onna the Absolute Zero Mayakashi. Start negating everything the opponent plays. Well, we couldn't target the Dragon Maids, and that's why it forced me to target my own monsters, but it didn't matter. We just used them to make sheer new skill Saga Supremacy and wait for that targeting effect to die off. The targeting protection, rather. Eldritch from the graveyard. We'll chain Yuki-Onna to negate his Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon and turn it to 0 attack. And also do the same thing to his Dragon Maid Lore Power or whatever. Underworld Goddess. We'll create a Link 5 Underworld Goddess above Yuki-Onna the Absolute Zero Mayakashi. Bring out the whole Horus engine and finish him off with 3,500 to the face from Eldritch, the Golden Lord. Now that is some full combo zombie sauce right there. That was our last duel of the night. Peace out.